Okay guys, picture this. Someone realizes that their car is due for service. So they go on Google and look for car service near me. They land on your website and notice that you provide online booking straight up from here. As you can see, mechanical work, pre and CT test, and also car service. And since you're not too far away, they decide to book online. They select the date and then they select a time, maybe in the afternoon. So let's say maybe 2 o'clock. A mechanic will be assigned to the task automatically, but they can select someone else if they wanted to. Total cost $119. Continue. At checkout, enter the billing and card details and place the order. And you can of course manage all your bookings from the backend directly here. As you can see, this is the latest one that came in, and you can have an overall view of all your bookings on your own calendar. And each staff member will have access to its own calendar. So let's have a look at Paul here. Let's click on schedule. And as you can see, this is the booking we just placed. And all of this without requiring a single phone call, just a smooth automated booking system. And the best part is that you can build this whole system yourself for less than the cost of a pizza delivered to your house. Very good, so let's get started with step number 1, hosting and domain name registration. And for this, open your favorite web browser and in the web address, type in mrweb.tv/auto service booking, all in one word, and then press enter. And this will bring you to this dedicated landing page that we have with Hostinger. And again, as you can see, by using the link, you can save up to 75% off your hosting plans. So starting price $2.99 plus 2 months free. If you want to claim the deal, click on this button here. And now you can choose among 3 different hosting plans. You have Premium, Business, and Cloud Startup. So what's the difference between those 3? Well, it's the amount of resources available and the performances. But don't worry, you can start with the Premium one. If you need more resources, you can always upgrade to the next one up when needed. Now, for such a small price of just $2.99 per month, you get a lot of free goodies as well. Like for instance, you get a free domain name valued at $9.99 per year already. So this is a big saving. Unlimited bandwidth, free backups, free email hosting, free SSL certificate. So all these features normally are premium features that you have to pay for. And all of these, again, are included completely free for just a small cost of $2.99. And now all you have to do is select one of those plans. So let's start with the premium plan as an example here. And now from here, you need to select your billing cycle. So let me zoom in a little bit. So as you can see, you can log this price in of $2.99 per month for 48 months. Now you can select a shorter period, maybe 24 months, same price as well, or maybe 12 months, again $2.99 as well. So obviously, if you log this in for 48 months, this is where you save the most money, $432 worth of savings. So that's quite a lot, to be honest, you know. Now on top of this, I have a coupon code. So here type Mr. Web, all in capital letters, and apply for an extra 10% discount on top. As you can see now, that's 85% in total, costing you only $129 for the full 4 years. And then from here, all you have to do is click continue and proceed to checkout. Very good. And from here, you need to select if you want to create a website using AI or pick a template or theme. So this is what we're going to do. We're going to use the Astra theme. So click on this. And now feel free to select any of the templates here. The principles I'm going to show you will apply to any of them. So I'm going to select one specifically here, which is this one. I think it looks lovely and it will work well for this type of industry that we are in. So select, and then from here, deselect all. We don't need any of them for now. So click next. And now again, with Hostinger, you get one free domain name, which is absolutely amazing. So here you can simply type the domain name you'd like to register. So in my case, I'm just going to type Mr. Web and then auto service booking. There you go. As you can see, Mr. Web autoservicebooking.com is available. And then all you have to do is basically select the domain name itself and then click next. And now it's going to start installing WordPress for us. And as you can see, this might take a few minutes. Very good. So once the installation is completed, you'll be redirected to the screen. So this is to edit your homepage. So we're not going to do that now. So what you can do is basically click on the WordPress logo and you'll go back to the WordPress dashboard. Very good. So now let's take care of our main essential settings. So for this, we go to settings, we go to general. So right here, as you can see, I have the site title. So I've entered Mr. Web Auto Service Booking, but feel free to enter the name of your business or your personal name, the name of your website, or the name of your business, basically. Okay, so type the site title here, and just underneath we have the tagline. So the tagline is important for a few reasons, for SEO purposes and also for your visitors. You know, when you hover on top here, as you can see, it will display the tagline, and this is why this is so important. So we could have something like this, you know, car repair and service, Dublin. So immediately from here, they know exactly what it is that you do. You provide car repair and services, and also you are based in Dublin. So if I'm based anywhere else in Ireland, I might not be interested. Or maybe if I'm based in London or Brussels and I land on your website, well, obviously I know that you're not the guy for me, you know. And then open 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. After this, you have keen prices, and then finally book online. So that says exactly everything there is to say, and everyone will know exactly what it is that you do, okay? And then right here, you have the site icon as well. So this is basically the small fav icon that will display on your address bar, like we have this one here and this one, okay? So you can choose your site icon, upload a file, select file. So I have one ready here. So select any image that you want. So this should be normally 512 by 512 pixels. Okay. So open, or any square shape basically, and then set as site icon, crop image. There you go. As you can see, we have a preview. So this looks very professional. That's perfect. Right here, you have the administration email address. Make sure this is the right one. And then here underneath, it's all regional settings. So as you can see, you have the language, the time zone, date format, time format, etc. And then save changes. And one more thing now is to go to the permalinks. And here, make sure that you select post name. So that's important for SEO purposes as well. So if you were to create, for instance, a page called About Us, it will show up like this. So you have yourdomainname.com/about-us, which is a nice structure, especially for SEO purposes. Save changes. Very good. And as you can see by the side, you have the Lightspeed Cache, which is a caching plugin to speed up the loading time of our website. We're going to disable this as we work on the website. So go to plugins, and right here, Lightspeed Cache, deactivate for now. Otherwise, it's going to be interfering with the progress, basically. And then towards the end of the video, you can enable it again before you go live. Very good. So let's have a look at our website in the front end. So you go on your title here, hover on top, visit site, right click, open in a new tab. And this is what it looks like. As you can see, this is not related to auto repair or anything like this. But don't worry, we're going to customize this top to bottom exactly the way we want. And it's going to look absolutely fantastic. The good thing with this template is that we have a call to action. As you can see, they're all over the place, and we can replace all these call to action with book now, basically, you know, because we want them to book their appointment straight up from here. And we have 5 call to action button on the homepage alone, which is absolutely great. Now, obviously, to add our booking system, we need an additional plugin. And this one is the following here, Book Pro Appointment Booking WordPress plugin. Now, to access this page, as always, I'll leave all the links in the description below. And as you can see, this one is quite cheap. It's only $29 US. So that's the only real expense you have to fork out here is the $29 US to access this. But thanks to this, it will automate your full online booking system, which is absolutely great. So all you have to do now is to purchase this plugin here. Once you've purchased it, go to your account, go to your downloads, and you'll find it here. So click on download and download all files and documentation. Click on this. Save this somewhere on your hard drive. And now we can go back to the WordPress dashboard, and we go back again in the plugin section, add new plugin, upload plugin, choose file, and then you'll have to extract the file you just downloaded. It will come as a zip file. Once you extract this, you will create a folder. You'll have a subfolder, and then you'll find overbookpro.zip. So this is the file that we need to upload. So open this now and then install. Now activate the plugin. Excellent. Very good. And as you can see, to be able to receive payments and add our payment gateway, we need to install WooCommerce. So again, we add a new plugin right here in the search plugin, type WooCommerce, just like this, and then click install and activate. Excellent. So WooCommerce is installed. And as you can see by the side, we have it here. So it says WooCommerce. And also you may have noticed on top, it says store coming soon. Now click on this. And make sure that you turn this to live. This is much easier, so we won't have this message all the time. So now we can start configuring our booking system. So by the side, you have businesses. Click on this. Very good. So from here, we're going to create our categories and also add all the different amenities. So click on categories first. So this could be all the different categories of business that you offer. So in our case, auto service, it could be tire replacement, maybe a car service, and perhaps as well pre-NCT or pre-inspection test or something like this. Okay, so let's create that together. So we're going to have a service department. Okay, and then add new category. So we set as well tire change, and then we can have as well pre. So here in Ireland, it's called NCT, pre-NCT test. So this is when you go and get your car tested, make sure if it's roadworthy. This might be called something else in your country, obviously. So it's just an example here. So this could be a pre-NCT test. And then we could have as well maybe actual mechanical work that could be done to your car, you know, generally speaking. So you could have maybe 4 different categories like this. Now we have amenities as well. So what is this exactly? Well, maybe you have a waiting room. Maybe it's child friendly as well. Maybe you have a snack bar, things like this, you know. So whatever it is really that makes your customers feel at home or something like this, add it here. So we could have, for instance, a waiting room. We could have a child space. Perhaps snack bar as well, or something like this, you know, and maybe coffee machine. There you go. These could be the amenities available to your customers, obviously, you know. So once we have this in place, well, we can move on to the next step, which is adding our businesses. So all businesses. So this is normally for multi-vendor marketplace. You can use that for multiple type of usage. In our case, this is one garage, one center, one workshop maybe, you know. So all we're going to do basically is create one type of business, and we're going to add all our different services that we provide, okay? So add new business. Very good. So first, we're going to enter our business information here. So you have the avatar. So that's the picture. So this could be your logo or maybe your face like this, you know. So browse, I'm going to select a picture here. So I'm just going to upload file, select file, and then I found a random picture online of a mechanic here. Maybe you can use that, you know, and then open. Very good. And then add image. Very good. So this is our picture added. So we have the business name. So we set Mr. Web Car Service or something like this. Phone number 012345678. Enter your email address. I'm just put hello@mrweb.tv. And here you can select the categories that you cover. So we have all of them, obviously. We have mechanical work, we have pre-NCT test, service, and also tire change. And now we can select the amenities, okay? So child space, maybe we have coffee machine, we have snack bar, and also a waiting room. And I can add a description as well if you wanted to. So perhaps something like this, okay? So scroll down the page. As you can see, we have the map here, so we can hide the map altogether. This is only if you are planning to run a marketplace, which is not our case. Here is just ourselves running the same business, okay? And then we have the business hours, so I can add the hours, the opening hours on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. So to do so, simply click on this and then select the opening hours. So let's say from 9 a.m. or 8 a.m. we said until 5 p.m. or something like this. Okay, so scroll down and go to the finishing line. So let's say maybe until 6. Okay, and do the same with the others, obviously. Or perhaps something like this. So open every day from 8 till 6, except Saturday, 8 till maybe 3 p.m. And Sunday you'd be closed altogether, okay? And then you can define time period for each part of the day. So this will depend on where you're based, basically, you know. But normally, as you can see here, you could have morning, noon, afternoon, and evening. So normally the day is broken down in 2 halves, you know. It should be normally morning and afternoon, I'm thinking, you know. Maybe you have a lunchtime as well, or something like this. So you can add your time period. So you have in the morning, okay? So morning would be from 8 to noon, or maybe until 1, maybe until 1 p.m., okay? Until 1, and then afternoon would be after this. Well, technically noon, afternoon should be afternoon. Noon is 12, isn't it? And then afternoon, and this is from 12 then, you know, from noon until 6 p.m. then, okay? So this is how I'm going to break this down in 2 different halves. So we're going to find here 6 p.m., sorry, there it is. There you go. So this is all we need. And then you have the media, so have main image, our work image, a video. Now again, this section here is to promote your business, showing maybe the workshop, the work you've done and things like this. So that doesn't really apply to us because we're going to display all that in the front end once we design the website. And at the minute, you just leave it like this, or just leave it empty. You don't need it at all. It's just in case you build a marketplace with different vendors. So update profile. Perfect. So this is our business added now. So we have it added to our system. And now if you want to see what it looks like in the front end, well, click on view business and then open this in a new tab. And there you have it. As you can see, about us, contact hours, Monday to Friday, the opening hours. And this is our picture. And then also different amenities. So there's no services at the minute because we haven't added any just yet. So we can do that now. Okay. So we go back here. So to add our services, we need to have staffs. And we need plan and also manage the different types of services that we provide. Before we can do that, we need to scroll down the page before we can add staffs. We need to manage the roles first. So let's start from here. So manage role. Scroll down the page and you can add as many roles as you want. So let's say in a workshop, what do we have? Maybe the head mechanic or the manager. And then we have mechanics, generally speaking. Okay, so maybe you could have head mechanic here. Just like this, okay? So the head mechanic would be in charge of everything. He can manage the business info, manage the bookings and everything, okay? So he's basically like the manager or maybe the boss of the company, like, add role. So there you go, we have the head mechanic added, and then we can have mechanics themselves, on the floor, in which case, well, they'll have access to the service staff, the schedule maybe, manage service, manage staff, no, manage plan, manage type, manage bookings as well, perhaps. Okay, so we're happy enough with this. So add role, very good. So I have two different types of roles now set up, and now we can add our staffs. Okay, so let's do this. Excellent. So from here, add staff. So we can add an avatar. So this is going to be the picture, basically, So if you want to add a picture, that's really up to you. So let's browse, upload a file. And then from here, select file. So I found 3 random pictures on the internet, I don't know what these people are. It's just to show you here. So let's pretend this is one of them, okay? And then username. So username, as you can see, you have username and you have nickname as well. So this is important, obviously, because this is what they can use to log in into the backend and have access to their calendars and the schedule, okay? So username and email, you can use either of those. So let me fill this out. So all you need is username, email, nickname, password, and select the role, okay? So perhaps something like this, Stephen McKenna, Stephen at MrWeb.tv. His nickname is Steve. Create a password. And who's Steve? He's a mechanic, okay? So add staff. And then you can do the same with as many staff members that you have, obviously, So let me do that quickly now. Okay, so I have 3 different people now working for us. So we have Steve, Paul, both mechanics, and then head mechanic here. This is normally John Phillips, but that's his nickname, Spanner, Now, the beauty of this system, if you are the super admin or maybe the boss of the company, you can log into here if you wanted to and have access to all their different schedules and see how they are busy, Maybe here you want to click on this one. As you can see, you'll have the full calendar of all the different bookings assigned to Spanner, and the same here with the other 2, if you want to check Paul's schedule, and the same with Steve. And obviously they can all access their schedule individually using their credentials and log in into the backend. Okay, so now let's go to our types here. We need to manage the different types, and now we can add our listing types. So add type, and again, this is the exact same as we had those categories. If you go back here, you can see a mechanical work, pre-NCT test, services, entire change. Again, this script here, this plugin is designed for multiple vendors on one platform. Obviously, we're using this only for our own business, but that's the same principle. So basically what we're going to do here is to select this and then copy and paste them here. Okay, so add type and do the same with the others. So I'll do that very quickly here. Service, and then the same with the other 2. So there you go, we have all our listing types added, and now we can finally manage our services. So click on this one here and then add service. And now we can add all the services that we provide. We can add the pricing as well and how much we want to charge and how long it takes as well to take care of such a type of service. Okay, so let's go ahead with an example here. So perhaps we could have a basic service, so oil change, oil filter and air filter. So what type of service is this? Well, this is service, obviously, and then we have the duration and pricing. So how long does it take to replace the oil filter and air filter in hours and minutes? So in this case, I suppose it's not up to an hour, maybe 20 minutes in total altogether. So let's say 20 minutes. And how much does it cost? So you have different options here: fixed price, free, start at, varies or don't show. So let's go ahead maybe with a fixed price, and let's say this is 149 altogether. This is the total cost, and here we can add a description as well. Okay, so perhaps something like this. So this service includes oil change, new oil filter, new air filter. So make it clear what you're getting for 149. You can select a specific color, and then you can assign this to specific staffs. So let's say when it comes to service, a basic service here, maybe we're going to assign this to Steve and Paul. And then you can also have special prices, like special offers, sale price. So as you can see, normal price 149. Maybe you have it on special offer 119. And from when to when, obviously, so you can select a date. So let's say from start of the week until end of the month, maybe just for a few days, okay? And then you can select a specific time as well. So maybe from the 17th, and let's say early in the morning, so from opening hours, so let's say from 8 a.m. until 6 p.m. End of the month. And here we're going to select 18, so 6 p.m., okay? And then add service. There you go, so update successfully. So let's go back to our services. And as you can see, you have basic service, oil filter and air filter. Takes 20 minutes, total price 149. And now you can add as many services as you have, obviously. Very good, so as you can see, I've added another two. So I have 3 different types of services at the moment. Now let's create another one together, because there's one more option that I'd like to show you. So add service, and let's say this one is for the roadworthiness test. So this is pre-NCT test. This takes, let's say maybe 15 minutes altogether, and the price is $99. Now, as you can see, this is a fixed price. Now, if I select start at, you can add extra options. So this is something I wanted to show you, obviously, because this might be of use to you. So in our case here, we have a roadworthiness test, so which is $99. So this is just to test the whole car and make sure that everything is roadworthy before your NCT test. Now, let's say maybe you want to wash the car as well as part of the service. Maybe it's full of muck underneath, full of dirt and all that. You want to make sure it's clean before you go to the NCT test center. Maybe you can charge an extra $12 or $15 on top just for that. Maybe you want to add wheel balancing or geometry or something like this as part of the service as well, in which case you can simply add options. So click on this button here. And as you can see, a few different options from here. You can display them as a radio, as a checkbox, or a select. So what's the difference? Checkboxes, you can have multiple options and you can multi-select them. Radio, you can have multiple options, but you can only select one. And select is basically the same as this. It's a drop-down menu, and you select the option that you want to choose. Okay, so let's go ahead with maybe select here as an option, and then give it enable. So maybe extra options, just like this, and then you can add the different packages or items, obviously, So if you click on this multiple times, you will add separate lines, and now you can add the name. So let's say maybe car wash, okay? Car wash might take 10 minutes altogether, and you're going to charge maybe $15 for this, okay? And then maybe wheel alignment, just like this. This is maybe 30 minutes altogether. And again, for this, maybe you charge $45 on top, okay? And this is how you can add extras. Now, if you scroll down, as you can see, you can add multiple options as well. So in this case, these are extra options. We have 2 different lines. Now, you might have different types of services that you provide, on top of this. So there is no limitations, basically, to the amount of options and packages that you can offer. So now let's give it a description, perhaps something like this, okay? And we're going to change the color from this one. So let's go maybe with blue, okay? This one, and maybe a darker blue, maybe like this. Perfect. And then we can scroll down the page, and we're going to select all our mechanics, head mechanics, and we're going to keep the price as is. So add service. Very good. So if you go back to your services now, as you can see, they're all here listed on our page. Very good. So now let's go back to the front end and see how this looks like. So view business, open in a new tab. So remember, this is our own landing page with the opening hours and all that. So we had no services before, but now that we've added them in the back end, they will display here in the front end. So as you can see, I have mechanical work. So brake pads replacement. We have pre-NCT test, roadworthiness test. We have services. Under the services, we have basic service or full service. As you can see, different price point. And this one is on offer at the moment. As you can see, you can collapse or expand those sections here. So as you can see, we can see mechanical work, one service, this one service, this one, two services. So you could have them closed up like this, you know, or opened, all expanded and showing all of these different services. So it's very easy for your visitors to book an appointment immediately for what they need. So let's say this one here, pre-NCT test, roadworthiness test, so starts at $99 US. So if you wanted to book this, all you have to do is click on this button here, book. And right there, as you can see, there is no plans in place. So we need to create our plans before our visitors can go ahead with this. Okay, so this is our next step. So we go back here, and right there, as you can see, you have manage plan. So what are these exactly? So as you can see, this is our calendar. So your visitors can basically book an appointment on your schedule, and those different schedules from your different staff members as well. Now you need to create a plan. So what is a plan? That's basically call it availabilities. When are you available to provide those services? Okay, so add plan. And right here, as you can see, you have start and date. And then for those start and end dates, are you open or closed to specific services, and within which hours, within business hours or custom time. So as you can see, it's fully customizable. So normally I would say you should have start and end dates. So maybe you would select from the 1st of the year, so the 1st of January until the end of the year. Normally, you know, you should have the same schedule, I would say, unless you are closed for holidays or something like this. So let's say you go for the full year, you open for all your services within your business hours. Okay, so this is basically how we're going to keep it. Okay, now you can save the plan. Very good. And as you can see, now you're open for business for any of those services throughout the whole year, as indicated on your calendar here. Now let's say you're open for business from the 1st of January until end of the year, but you do close maybe for 2 weeks in July, from the 1st and 2nd week or something like this. You have to create 3 different plans then, okay? So you have to create the first plan from the 1st of January to the 1st of July, and then create a second one from the 1st of July to the 15th of July, then you'll be closed for all services, and then one from the 16th of July to the end of the year, and then that's basically you have a break between for 2 weeks in July. That's basically how you put that in place, okay? So that's basically it. So now if we go back to the front end, so as you can see, pre-NCT test, roadworthiness test. So let's go ahead with this now. And as you can see, this is displaying now our schedule. So I'm going to zoom out a little bit so we can see the full screen. As you can see, the first thing you're going to do is to select the date. So let's say maybe I want to come next Saturday, perhaps in the morning. So I could select maybe 9 o'clock. Okay. And then you can even choose which mechanic you want to work on your car. So as you can see, we have Steve. If you click on this, you could have Paul or maybe Spanner, you know. So let's go ahead maybe with Steve. Or maybe you're familiar with Paul, you want Paul to work on your car. Maybe he's always the same lad working on your car. You're happy enough with that, you know. And again, as you can see, we have the extra options here. So we have car wash and maybe wheel alignment as well. So I'd like my car cleaned as well before I go to the NCT. That would be nice, you know. And right there, you also have a coupon code. So if you want to provide coupon codes, I'm going to show you in a minute how you can do so. And then after this, all they have to do, well, is basically go through the checkout process, and that's them sorted out, you know. So if they click on continue, as you can see, there is no payment gateway found. So this is the next step now, is to put in place our payment gateway so you can get paid, okay? So we go back to the WordPress dashboard for this, and let me zoom out again to 200%. Very good. So from here, we are going to use WooCommerce. So WooCommerce is an e-commerce plugin that will allow you to process transactions. So we're not using WooCommerce itself to sell products, but only to receive payments, okay? So now if you go to WooCommerce, you go to your settings here. All we need to do is basically set this up. So right here, as you can see, you have the store address. So obviously they will receive confirmation emails after the payment has been processed and the orders have been placed. So for this, we need to enter our details that will be displayed on that email, okay? So here, enter your address. And then scroll down the page here, just disable shipping because we don't need that. Disable shipping and shipping calculation. And then taxes, don't enable this because this is taken care of via Book Pro itself. And coupon, you don't need that either. And then simply save changes. So again, those details here are required because they will be on the confirmation email. And now we go to payments. and then you can use the Woo payment here, which is the default one. So this is powered by Stripe, but they add their little fee on top, so it turns out to be more expensive. Now I'm going to show you a method to add any payment method, any payment gateway directly into WooCommerce and use it as your payment method for your bookings. So for this, we go to plugins, add new plugin, and right here type WooCommerce followed by the payment method that you want to install. So for instance, WooCommerce Stripe. And now you can choose among 470 different items. So how do you know which one to choose? Well, you usually go by the amount of installations and the reviews, So from experience, we know that this one is absolutely amazing and super easy to install and configure. So let's install this one together as an example. Install now and then activate. Very good. So now we go back to WooCommerce and we go to the settings. Again, payments. And as you can see, we have a lot more to choose from here underneath. And the main one is credit card Stripe by payment plugins. So this is the one we need. And now we can click manage. And from here, we go to API settings and we can click and connect our Stripe account. Now, again, the procedure and the steps may be slightly different with PayPal or other payment method, maybe Google Pay, Amazon Pay, or whichever method you select, obviously, So I'm just showing you here how to do so with Stripe, which is super easy. All you have to do is click on this button here, click to connect, and then confirm, and then simply follow the steps, and then connect your account. And there you go, as you can see, the API keys have been installed for us and all of that. So we don't have to do anything, it's just entering our credentials, and that's basically it. So as you can see, two different modes, test and live. So at the minute, we're going to leave it in test mode. So that means we can try this with actual fake cards, fake credit cards and all that. And then you can test your platform, test your website. And once you have everything tested out and make sure that everything works properly, you can go back here and set it to live. Okay, very good. So now that our Stripe account has been connected, we can process payments. So we go back to businesses, we go to settings, and right here where it says payment, make sure you tick this box, enable WooCommerce payment. And now the booking is accepted when all the status in WooCommerce is on hold, processing, or completed. In our case here, we're going to select processing. By default, WooCommerce, immediately after receiving payment, will set the status to processing, in which case we will accept the order. Okay, so save changes. Excellent. So this is done now. So let's go back to the front end. Let's refresh our page. And now we go to pre-NCT test and let's book this one. Okay, so book and then continue. Excellent. So as you can see now, this is working and we can even enter our credit card details and everything. So we have a time left here, 59 minutes, which is nice. It's just to make sure that your visitors will not abandon the shopping cart here. And it's a nice way to actually increase conversion rates. So let's put this to the test. Okay, so I'm going to fill out the details here. So there you go, that's done. So all we need is name, last name, the address, etc., etc. Your email address, obviously, And now we can enter our card details. So again, we have it set as test mode at the minute, so we can enter those fake card details. And this one is very simple. It's 4242. 4242424242 all the way, and then any date in the future for the expiry date and any 3-digit code here. So let me do that now. So there you go, exactly like this, and then click place order. Excellent. As you can see now, this is our order confirmation. So thank you, and all the details underneath, and the payment has been processed via WooCommerce. And this is the confirmation email I received. So booking success, number 575. You have all the details here, including the attachment, which is our invoice. So this is what the invoice looks like. As you can see, my name, phone number, email address, the service name, etc., etc. So all together, quite a nice little solution. And as you can see, we booked this with Steve today at 9:30. So now if you go back to your plans here, remember we have the managed staff, so you can go and check their schedule. So we go to Steve's calendar here and then scroll down. As you can see, the booking has been confirmed. Now you can check your overall schedule as well for the whole team and the whole floor, basically, the whole workshop. As you can see, Friday 21st, we have the roadworthiness test with Steve. And again, you can assign different colors per staff as well. You could have a blue for Steve, maybe red for another one, and so on and so on. And then right here on top, as you can see, you have managed bookings as well. So if you click on this, you have the ID, the order ID here, and you can download the invoice as well if you wanted to print it on site, for your customers. and then mark them as paid or something like this, you know. So that's basically it. So this is the whole booking system in place now. Okay, so now let me show you a little trick here. If you want to generate more sales and drive more traffic to your workshop, you can use one of the oldest methods in the world, which is to create coupon codes. So right here you have manage coupons. So let's create a coupon together here. So let's say you want to offer 20% off their first service or something like this, you know. So I could have 20 PC off service, okay, something like this. So the scope, is it public or private? So technically speaking here it should be public, okay. You could have a quick description. So get 20% off your first service with us. And as you can see here, you can set the rule. So the discount type could be percent or fixed. So in our case, we're going to say 20% off. So this is going to be percentage. The amount is 20, and the quantity here is basically how many times you can use that coupon code. So if it's unlimited, just leave it as is, you know, or maybe just once off, and that's basically it, okay? And maybe you want to set a minimum total order. So maybe you want to offer 20% discount of the first service only if the service is at least $100 or something like this, you know? So we're just going to leave it as is for now, and then apply for all services or specific services. So in our case, it'll be specific services only when it's car serviced, okay? So I'm going to select here, scroll down, so basic service and perhaps the full service as well, okay? And you want to limit this to a specific period of time. Maybe it's just for the next 2 weeks, or maybe just the month of September, maybe a Black Friday sales or something like this, in which case select the dates from to, and that's basically it, okay? So let's add this now, and there you go. Now you have your first coupon code, and now you can share that with your prospect, your customers online via, I don't know, social media, via email and things like this. So in a moment, I'm going to show you how you can implement email marketing, and I'm going to show you how you can use that coupon code and convert 1 visitor out of 7 that come to your website. Now, if you go by the side, you might notice there's a wallet here. So what is this exactly? Well, this has got nothing to do with you. This is basically when you run this as a marketplace with different vendors. But in our case, it doesn't matter because we're running only one business with one location, and that's basically it, okay? So as you can see, we have withdrawable balance and profit in queue. Again, don't worry, you've been paid the full amount. So let me show you here in Stripe. So again, this is the test mode. If I go to transactions, we got paid $119 here and 99. So you got paid the full amount. Don't worry about it. You know, this is just in case if you want to turn this into a marketplace, vendors can go on your website and then they can withdraw their money and you get your profit as well. Okay. But in our case, again, it doesn't apply at all. Excellent. So now let's customize our front end. So it's just our homepage, technically speaking here, maybe the contact page as well. Okay. So let's go back to the WordPress dashboard. We go to pages, all pages. So maybe you can open this in a new tab again. You know, it's always good to have multiple tabs. So locate the home page here, which should normally be here. It says front page, and then click on it. Very good. So let's take care of our hero section first. So obviously this is the first thing that your visitors will see when they land on your website. So make it short and snappy and very easy for them to understand what is it that you do. Again, this should address a few questions people might have on their mind. Where are you based? What service do you provide, and why should they choose you over anyone else? And for this, all you have to do is basically highlight the content that you want to change and then type in your text. So perhaps something like this, you know, Dublin-based repair and service workshop, friendly, knowledgeable mechanics. Okay. And right here on top, established since 2012. Family-run business. And clearly this way, there is no doubt whatsoever what is it that you do, where you're based, and why they should choose you over anyone else. Okay. So as you can see, we have call to action button. So if you click on this, as you can see by the side, you have call to action. So you can change the text here, obviously, you know, maybe book now or something like this, you know, or book an appointment or something like this. Okay. Keep it simple, straight to the point. And here we have a link. So the link, I think we should use the business landing page that we just created, okay? So if you go back here, go to businesses, all businesses, and this is the page that we want, okay? So as you can see here, there's a view. If you right click on this, copy link address, and now paste it here, just like that, Control V, okay? Save this, go back to the home page and refresh. And let's put this to the test first, okay? So established 2012, family-run business, based in Dublin, and then book now. And then right here, as you can see, they have the list of all our services. So this is working absolutely fine. Okay, so happy enough with this. Now, clearly the background image here is not suitable, obviously, so we can change that as well. So back here, now click on the main container. As you can see here, the auto container. Go to style, and this is the background image. Now we can change the image for something else. So upload file, select files. So I found a picture online. So this one here, okay, so open and then select. Very good. And if you scroll down, you have a quick idea of what it looks like. This is not too bad. You can see a car here and then tools and all that in the background, lifts and everything. So this is a lovely view of your workshop, which is absolutely nice. So if you scroll down here, you can see we added an overlay color. So it goes, the opacity goes from 0, so fully clear, to fully opaque. So that's really up to you, to select the right shade. What you want is enough contrast with the text here at the front and the background still visible, obviously. Now you can change the color as well, If you click on this, you can select your own color. Maybe you want this to be in the blues rather than maybe dark or something, Maybe a brighter color, maybe red or maybe orange, whichever color you prefer, As you can see, we still have a complete overview of the background image, and yet it stands out regardless, So our button here is green, so let's go maybe with the green, I'm going to try this shade here, maybe a dark green. Perfect, just like this. Okay, so happy enough with this. So as always, from time to time, don't forget to save. Okay, so let's move on to the next section. So about us, so I think you should keep it exactly like this. This is normally an about us section. So here, a quick explanation, what to expect from you, obviously. And here, maybe a short about us as well. So perhaps something like this, over 50 years of combined expertise, and then we specialize in providing top quality vehicle maintenance, repairs, and services, okay? And again, we have a call to action button here. So for this one, we go to general, call to action. And again, I'm going to paste the same link as earlier. So we're going to fetch it here. So again, this is our business landing page. So view, copy email, copy address, sorry, and then paste it here. Okay, so now we need to change call to action here for book now. Okay, and obviously the image here is not suitable, so I'm going to change the image. So I uploaded one already, so let's pretend this is a picture from your workshop. There you go. So that looks absolutely perfect, doesn't it? So as you can see, nice hero section here, 50 years of combined expertise, a nice picture of your workshop, all clean and tidy, obviously, and then scroll down the page. So these are your core values. So this is a section where you emphasize the reasons why they should choose you over anyone else. Okay, so let me give you an example here. Let me change the content here quickly. So perhaps something like this, 3 reasons why our customers choose us. First, skilled mechanics. 2, fast and affordable. And because you're based in Dublin, maybe a city center, easy access, this would be a big selling point, obviously, So this could be one of the reasons why they would choose you over anyone else, okay? So I'll scroll down the page, so you have a big call to action section here. So what I would personally do with this section is maybe emphasize the 20% discount coupon code that we created. So if you go back here, as you can see, you have the coupon code. Now, obviously, you don't want to broadcast that immediately on your homepage, but you want to tease them, obviously, So there is a way of doing so. So maybe here we could put something like, so perhaps something like this, limited time offer, so fear of missing out, and then here, get 20% off your first service with us. And right here, book now or enjoy now or something like this, So perhaps claim your 20% discount code. And then obviously you need to link this to somewhere on your website or a specific page. So you could link this, for instance, to, let's say, the contact page. You could have the contact form here and turn this into claim your 20% discount. So this is really up to you. They send you an email, you reply to them, they get the discount, they go on your website, book and get 20% off. So this is a bit of a convoluted way of doing it. I have a much better way of doing so using email marketing and OMNISEND, which is a free solution to start with, okay? So I'm going to show you in a moment how to implement that on your homepage and turn 1 out of 7 visitors into a buyer. So we're going to leave this as is for now, okay? So we're just going to change the background picture as always, so change image. Let's fetch another background picture again. So I'm going to upload one very quickly here. Select file. So I found this one here online, which is a different one. Open and then select. Very good. As you can see, different image. And as always, you can change maybe the color as well, and the gradient here if you want it, the opacity, sorry, if you want it brighter or darker. I think about this shade is fine. You don't want it too dark either, So maybe 0.7. This is absolutely fine. Okay, so don't forget to save from time to time as well. So let's take care of the rest of the page. So here, as you can see, unique value proposition 1, 2, or 3. What I would do with this section personally is to highlight maybe the different services that you offer. So for this, if you go back to our WordPress dashboard and go to categories, remember we have mechanical work, pre and CT test, services, and tire change. That's what I would use personally here and highlight that on your page. Okay, so again, all you have to do is basically highlight the section you want to edit. So let me do that quickly. So just to give an example here, we offer all those services in our workshops, so car service and pre and CT test, tire change, and all sorts of mechanical work, So keep it simple, just emphasize all your services here. And then scroll down the page, we have testimonials. So again, same principle, if you click on this, as you can see, this is an info box. To change the content, simply highlight the section you want to change and here put the name. Okay, so let's say this one here is John Doe. And that's basically it. Okay, so this is your testimonial section taken care of. And then again, we have another call to action section here. And now if you click on it, this is called a footer CTA, so footer call to action. And this will be displayed on all your pages. But first, let me show you the front end. So this is our home page. If you go to the footer section, this is the one we have. But if you open any of those pages, that's basically the same footer section displaying on all of them. So this is very handy, you want this to be seen everywhere. And again, we're going to change this to book now and link this back to our booking system, which is basically this one here. Okay, same page as this one. And this is going to be our main link throughout the whole website. So let's go back to our page editor here. So let's save our page first. As you can see, if you hover on top of this, you can edit the original. So this is the full call to action footer. Okay, so edit original. So this is it basically. Okay, so it's going to open in the same page. It doesn't look like it's been edited, but it is edited. Okay, and now you can change this to whatever you want. So there you go. Keep it simple again, book your appointment quick and hassle free. And here on top, schedule your car service online in just a few clicks. Fast, easy, and convenient. And book now button. And obviously the link will link back to this page again, so you can fetch the URL. So Control-C and then paste it here, Control-V. Save changes, and that's us done with the home page. So let's go back to our WordPress dashboard, and now let's take care of the contact page, which is also very important, obviously, So click on this, and it's the same principle. So as you can see here, we have the background image and then the headline for the contact page. So again, same principle, guys. Okay, so just click on this, go to style, change the image for something else. I'm going to select the workshop here again. There you go, change your heading. So the most important part, obviously, is to change your contact details here, your address, phone number, email address. So again, it's just a matter of typing your actual details here. Okay, so mrweb.tv. Right there, as you can see, you have followers. So these are social media icons. Simply click on them, and then you can put the landing page to your social media icons. And let's say there's something you don't have, like Instagram or Twitter or LinkedIn or YouTube maybe. Maybe you don't have one of them. Maybe you have another social media platform. You can change this very easily. All you have to do is to change the icon and then scroll down the page and find the one that you want to insert. Obviously, as you can see, there's a large list of available social media platform and icons. If you want to narrow it down to social media icons, this is the one here. And as you can see, there's so many of them, So feel free to select any social media platform that you want to add. Once you've selected the icon, put your address here, and that's basically it. Okay. Right there, also very important is your contact form. So again, this is using a short code. So if you go back to the actual contact page, you can see this is the contact form. Okay, so now you can customize this very easily. Now it's not customizable from within your page. So now what you can do is basically click save. So that's just done with the page. Okay, and now you can go back to the WordPress dashboard, and we're going to go to our actual form. So this is using Share Forms. As you can see, this is the ID 529. Okay, go back here. Now we go to Share Form, see all the forms. And as you can see, as a confirmation is 529 as well. Now you can edit the form itself. Click edit. And again, depending on what you want to do with it, you can add and remove different fields. So to add more fields, click on the plus sign and select any of them. As you can see, I have text, email, checkbox, text area, etc., etc. All you have to do is insert it here, okay? And then you can easily customize every area here by the side. Now, I'm not going to insult your intelligence. I'm sure you understand how this works fine. Once you're done with designing your form, you want to make sure it's going to reach you, obviously. As you can see, a form confirmation. So click on this. So this is the confirmation message they see once they've submitted the form, okay? And then email notification. This is to you. So this is the content of the email you will receive. And to make sure you receive everything, you can customize everything here. So maybe a new contact form, okay? And the email address will fetch this from the admin email. Now you can change this with your own email address, So hello@mrweb.tv. And then that's basically it, okay? So here you have the subject line, and here is going to fetch all the fields included in that form. And then you can CC and BCC that to anyone else as well. And here reply to. So if you change the email address here on top, make sure you insert the exact same here at the bottom in reply to. Now, if you're based in Europe, you might want to enable GDPR compliance as well. And outside Europe, you don't need it, obviously, So after this, just close that. And that's basically it, okay? So after that, click Save. That's it, done. Now let's go back to the contact page here and refresh. And as you can see, we have your name, your email, your message, the additional field we have. So fill out those details and click submit just to make sure you receive the email perfectly. And then after this, all you have to do is to make sure we have the call to action here in the header section as well, and add our logo as well. Okay, so that's basically it. So we go back to the dashboard. So exit out of this. So here by the side, we go to appearance, we go to customize. Right here on top, as you can see, this is where our logo should go. So if there's no logo, it's going to just add the tagline of your website, the name basically, okay? So let's upload a logo together. So select logo, upload file, select file. So I have one here in white. So select, open, and then add. Now you can skip cropping. Very good. As you can see, it's displaying here. So as you can see, our logo is way too big. So you can use the slider here, to change the size. So maybe just about there. Now, obviously, if you have the logo, you don't need the tagline, So you can just remove this all together. Just delete this. Very good. And then we have our call to action button. So click on this. So I'm going to change this to book now. Okay. And now obviously you have to add the link. And again, we go back here. So let's go back to the home page and fetch this URL. So this is the same again, Control C, and then here, Control V, and then publish. Very good. So let's go back to the home page and refresh. Excellent. As you can see, you have the logo now, our different pages, book now, click on this. It's bringing us to this page. Let's go back to the home page again and then scroll down the page just to make sure everything is okay. But as you can see, that looks absolutely fantastic. So great job. The website is done in the front end now. So now let me show you how you can implement email marketing. Excellent. So for this, back to our WordPress dashboard, we're going to install a plugin. So we go to plugins and then add new plugin. In the search bar, look for OMNISEND, just like this. And right here, as you can see, you have two different plugins to choose from. One is dedicated for WooCommerce and the other one is for non-e-commerce platforms. Now, I know we have WooCommerce installed here, but we're only using it for the payment gateway, which doesn't apply to us. We have no e-commerce products uploaded on this website. So this is not this one, it's this one we have to choose. Okay, so install now and then activate. Excellent. So as you can see, this is installed. So this is the one for non-e-commerce platforms, even though we have WooCommerce installed, and you will get a warning here telling you that you should install the other one. I'll just dismiss that, no worries at all. And now we can connect our website. So go to OMNISEND email marketing here and then connect to OMNISEND. Very good. So right here, step number one is to create an account. So I already have an account, obviously, so I can go to OMNISEND directly. Excellent. So once you've registered with OMNISEND, you'll be logged in into your account, and then now you can go back to your WordPress dashboard. And as you can see, we need to fetch an API key, copy and paste it here. So click on this button here to fetch the URL. So this is going to bring you here to your OMNISEND account. And then from here, scroll down the page and find the section where it says API. Excellent. And then from here, you're going to create an API key. Give it a name, so Mr. Web Car Repair, all in one word, and then create the API key. Very good. Now you can copy the API key and go back here and paste it, okay? And now connect OMNISEND. Very good. As you can see with the confirmation that we are now connected to OMNISEND. Very good. So now that this is in place, we can go back to our OMNISEND account. So exit out of this. And let me give you a bit of quick explanation how OMNISEND works. So as you can see on top, we have a few different tabs. So the first thing we need to do is to create a form. So a form will basically fetch your visitor's email address and possibly phone number as well. So you can send them emails and also text messages. Once they completed the form and submitted it, you can create automations. So basically you can send them, for instance, a coupon code after registration. Once you have this in place, you will grow your audience. Once you have a certain size audience, maybe 100, 250 or 500 more, you can then create campaigns and turn your visitors into buyers. Okay, so let's get started with step number 1, which is creating our form. Very good. So from here, I have 2 different options. You can preview and launch. So this is basically to design everything from scratch. Or you can use pre-made templates if you wanted to, which is probably the easiest here, okay? So view other form types. So what is our goal here? To collect subscribers, stop product abandonment, or promote special offers? Well, in our case, it's going to be collect subscribers. And then do you want a specific theme? In our case, not really. And what type is it? Pop-up, embedded, landing page, or fly art? We are going to sort that on our website. So we're going to select embedded, okay? And I can select among those few different options here. So again, the aim here is for them to register on the website. So we're going to fetch their email address. And then after that, what will we do? Well, as we said here on the homepage, we're going to send them a 20% coupon code. And this way you're going to increase your sales, obviously, you know. So this is a powerful way of getting more customers through your door using a simple email marketing plugin, okay? And again, this solution is completely free for up to 500 emails per month. So let's select a template together. As you can see, unlock 15% off. This would be actually not too bad, you know. So use template. Excellent. So right here in the middle, this is a preview of our email capture form. By the side, you have all the different items that you can use to design it. And right here, as you can see, you have the different steps. So first, they're going to fill out their details. So submit the email address. And then you have the success page after this, you know, nice to have you and thank you, da da da. And then if they are already registered, well, you have the message you are already subscribed, okay? So let's customize this together. So again, we're going to insert this on our homepage. So there are different ways of doing it. You know, we could keep our heading and subheading here, remove the button and then insert part of the form, maybe just the field and the sign up. Or we can insert the whole form and then remove its content here and replace the content with the form, okay? Which is, I think, what we're going to do. So let's go ahead with that. Excellent. So instead of unlock 15%, it's going to be 20%, okay? And then sign up for our newsletters and enjoy 15% of your first order. That's almost perfect, 20%. And then here, your first service with us. Okay, just like this, perfect. So this is almost ready. So if you go back to the home page, you can see we have a dark background, a white font stands out. So obviously if you had black font, it wouldn't stand out at all. So what we can do now is basically customize all this and change the text color. So for instance, this one should be white. And we do the same with the other two, okay? So this should be white as well. And then the form here is slightly different. As you can see, you have field settings, click on this. And then you have the border color here at the bottom. Okay, so change this to white and also the text here in between. So this is the placeholder color. So select this. And when they start typing as well, the text color should be white. So all white, white, white. Okay. And then the label while we're at it might as well be white. And then we have the button here. So again, button settings here, primary button, and change the background color to white. Okay. And now we need to change the font, obviously, here to black. So text color should be dark now. Okay, this one. And we're going to remove the border and change it as well to white, just like this. Perfect. So this is our form. And then the success page will say, nice to have you and thank you. You'll find 50% discount in your inbox. So we're going to change this to 20%. And instead of discount, I'm going to put a coupon code. Okay, coupon code in your inbox. And again, I'm going to change the font color. So this one should be white. And the same with this one. Text color should be white. Perfect. And for subscribed, same story. So you are already subscribed. This is absolutely fine. Just change the text color. Okay, very good. So now we can save this. And now we need to embed it on our page. So again, click on that and then edit. And now we can copy our code here. Okay, so copy this. And now we go back to the WordPress dashboard. We go to pages, all pages, and then fetch the home page. And now locate the area here, our call to action section, which is this one. So what we can do basically is just click on this. As you can see, this is the whole section. Delete that altogether. Delete now, okay? and click on the plus sign. And now we're going to insert a new block called HTML. Very good. So select this one here and now paste the code inside it, just like that. Okay. Now save. And now let's go back to OMNISEND and then enable the form. So click on this one now. And you can do the same from the other side, you know. So we're going to stay on the free plan for now. Okay, so continue. As you can see now it's enabled. Or you can simply click on this and enable it from here if it was disabled. Okay, so now this is in place. So let's go back to the home page and refresh. And normally it should display in the middle of our page here. There you go. As you can see, unlock 20% off. Sign up for our newsletters and enjoy 20% off your first service. They will enter the email address and then sign up, okay? But obviously to send the coupon code, now we need to set an automation and create our workflow. So we go back to OMNISEND, go to automation this time, and then preview and start workflow. And then start workflow again here, and then confirm. Very good, so this is our workflow created. Now click on those three dots and then edit. So how does that work exactly? Well, the first step is the trigger. So what is it exactly? As you can see, you can select among all these different actions, but for us, it's going to be subscribed to marketing. So basically, when they enter the email address and click sign up, this is the trigger. So subscribe to marketing. After this, what do you want to do? Maybe wait 1 minute, wait an hour, a day, a week, a month, or perhaps immediately if you prefer, you know, all the same. So it will be sent immediately once they click sign up, okay? And then after this, they will receive an email. So this is the email, and as you can see, you have the title, the pre-header, the name, and then the content. So this is what it looks like at the minute, but obviously you can customize everything. So let's do that together. So we're going to edit the content now. Very good. So this is what it looks like. And again, this is the exact same principle, you know. So there's a quick, easy way to add features here. As you can see by the side, you have the header, you have the hero image, email body, a product list, image gallery, and footer section if you wanted to, or keep it simple. You know, as you can see, you already have the logo here, the content, visit our website. So let me customize this very quickly. Okay, so perhaps something like this, you know, thanks for signing up for our newsletter. We're super excited to have you. As promised, please find below a 20% coupon code that you can use when booking your first service with us. So I'm going to change the font color here, maybe to black, just like this, okay? And then you can center this as well if you wanted to, you know? So that's really up to you. Again, either way is fine. And then we're going to add the coupon code underneath, okay? So again, for this, we go back to our dashboard. We go to manage coupons. So this is the one we had, okay? So Control-C and then Control-V. And obviously, you're going to make it a bit bolder, maybe a big font, you know. So select maybe here Montserrat or something like this. Excellent. Going to change the font size as well, maybe a little bit bigger, maybe 18 pixels, you know. And then maybe extra bold, whichever way you feel like. Okay, so this is basically our coupon code. And right here we have a button, visit our website. So instead of visit our website, maybe redeem on our website, okay, or something like this. And then we need to add the link. So it's not this one clearly. So let's go back to the home page. We want to bring them directly to the book now section. So right click on it, copy link address, and then paste it here, Control-V, okay, just like that, perfect. And now we're going to center the button, I suppose, you know, center just like this. And now if you wanted to change the color, you can go to your button here, button settings, click on button itself, and then you can change the color, okay? So if you wanted to bring maybe this green here, you can click on that, and then select the color that you want, and there you go. This matches a bit more our actual colors, okay? Very good. So this is done now, so we can finish editing now, and then we are ready to go, okay? So now we can click update, and we can close this. Perfect. So as you can see now, this is enabled. It hasn't been sent to anyone, and open rate, nothing at the moment, obviously. This is a blank canvas. So what we're going to do now is to actually put this to the test, okay? So we're going to go back to the front end, refresh, scroll down the page, and then I'm going to enter my email address here and then sign up. Very good. As you can see, nice to have you. As a thank you, you'll find a 20% coupon code in your inbox. So let's open my emails, and as you can see, I've received this, Mr. Webb, thanks for signing up with us, This is the coupon code, redeem on our website. Now if I click on this, scroll down the page, and let's say I wanted to book any of those services, or perhaps this one here. Now I can go and fetch my coupon code, Control-C, and then paste it here and apply. And as you can see, this has been applied, saved $24 US. And you got a new client. So this is absolutely amazing. So this is how you can automate your workflow and fetch your visitors' email address. So instead of them coming to your website and not seeing them ever again, you can fetch their email address, provide them with value, and also you're going to increase your sales and conversion rate and get more revenue from it. So then after this, you go to your audience here and it will grow. Obviously, as you can see, I have 4 subscribers at the minute, but once you have maybe 200, 250, 500 or more, you can start creating campaigns. So that's the same principle, you know, creating a campaign is just firing an email to your whole list. So maybe you have a special offer, Black Friday special or something like this. Fire that email to everyone and you're going to increase your sales drastically.